Good afternoon, everyone. It looks like there's a couple people here. Welcome. It's sunny today. It's 97 degrees right now. Yeah, I guess Daisy wanted to get in the picture. A lot cooler than it was last week, that's for sure. We're supposed to have a few days in the 80s coming up, then back into the 90s again. But this isn't too bad. Yeah, looks like maybe someone else came in now. Welcome. Let a few more people come in. I'm showing 5 now. And if you happen to lose me, I'll be back. Because I already got kicked off my own live. I had it opened up. And apparently I lost Wi-Fi for a few seconds. Because looked at the screen, next thing I know, it says that I need to enter the stream again. That I didn't have a connection. So hopefully that was a one-time thing. I did restart my computer about an hour ago. But that seems to make the laptop run a little better if I restart it. But I don't have any control over the strength of the Wi-Fi, unfortunately. Hello, Haig. I'm doing pretty good. I don't know if anyone can hear the chicks or not. But I got some chicks the other day. I might try to show one of them later on. Yeah, they're cute ones. I got some Buffalo Orpingtons, Black Astrolorp, Barred Rocks, and Easter Eggers. And what this is going to make me is I'm going to use my... Hello, Mike. Good to have you here. Well, I'm assuming you probably typed that message before I just said, but in case you didn't hear what breeds I said, Buffalo Orpington, Black Astrolorp, Barred Rock, and Easter Eggers. And I'm going to use my existing chickens, except for the mixed breeds, my purebred breeds. I'm going to use them to make up breed Pacific flocks. So it's going to end up being 4 hens and 1 rooster. I know that's kind of late on hens per rooster, but I think I'll be okay starting with that. And if the roosters get too rough, then I might have to separate the roosters for a few days. Nope. No fried chicken. The only thing I have to do to finish my flocks off now is at some point I need to get white and true blue cockerel from Jeff. I was actually talking to Jeff the other day. We stopped in a restaurant for lunch after I went to see my disability attorney, and one that Jeff had recommended in his video. So I looked it up and we stopped there for lunch. My StreamYard working okay. I think it is. I haven't put the link up here. If anyone can come up, but I'll try that. Well, I'm going to continue on with my story about lunch, and then I'll get back to your question about Mike there, Mike. So, stopped in there, the restaurant. Never expected it to turn into a YouTube meetup. We get our lunch and sitting there eating that. Next thing I know, someone comes over to sit down next to me and knocks my cane over. So I look over so I can pick my cane up, and it's Jeff. The other side of Jeff is Drew and Lindsay. So that turned out pretty good. Then I sat there for probably an hour talking chickens with Jeff. And one of the things I've been wanting to ask him the next time I was talking to him was about getting a white and true blue cockerel from him, because I know that's one of the breeds that he raises. He said, sure, I've got some. I'll be able to sell you one. And the reason I want them is with the Easter eggers, you don't know if they're going to lay blue, green, brown, whatever. But the white and true blue, they will have the blue egg gene. So I'm hoping at least a couple of them Easter eggers, hopefully all four, but at least a couple of them anyways, lay blue eggs. And then if they're matched up with white and true blue, then their offspring will also lay blue eggs. So we'll have to get that straightened out at some point. Actually, the way I'm looking back and forth here, glass is more of a hindrance than they are good right now. Hello, Incognito Melody Tecton. Good to have you here. Hello, Vicky. Good to have you here. Okay, when I saw the attorney on Friday, he went over everything and needed all the information that I took him. And then there was a few more things he had questions about, and I told him that. And he's got everything he needs to get started with. I do have to get set up with a primary care doctor. But I told him that I need to get my ID straightened out first in order to be able to sign up for for Medicaid and food stamps and stuff, and he agreed with that. So as soon as I get my license, then I get signed up for Medicaid and then go to the doctor so I can get established with a primary doctor. And then, of course, he's going to need that information. And then whatever she decides to do from there, I'm sure she's going to want to get me set up like I was in New York. So then there'll be more stuff that I'll have to get to them. Because I'm sure I'm going to need to see an orthopedist just for ongoing care. And might have to start physical therapy back up. Yeah, it was pretty comical. I gotta go back and watch the first part of that I missed. Hello, JMB. Good to have you here. Yes, I did. Yeah, he said, well, how did you hear about me? How'd you end up here in my office? And I told him, Mr. Dogman sent me. Well, I actually told him your real name. Oh, yeah. I know Mike quite well. And he asked me if I'd given any thought to who I was going to have for a primary care doctor. And I told him who you recommended. And he told me that's who he would recommend too. Yeah, and I really like him. I was sitting there in the waiting room, and I saw someone walk through the office straight ahead there, wearing a cowboy hat, and I'm thinking, I wonder if that's the attorney. I hope so. Because I had a very good first impression when I first saw him. And sure enough, that's who it was. He was very thorough. He went over everything. Told me what to expect. The only thing that didn't really want to hear, but I knew it was coming. He said there's a good chance it could be 2.5 years before anything happens. But he said he's pretty confident that within that time period, hopefully less than that it definitely would be approved. He actually gave me a thing here, statistics for Arkansas. He said nothing happens for 6 months. And then 6 months to a year, 15% are approved during that time period. Which he said more realistically, it's 5%. Because the other 10% is people like stage 4 cancer, the people that have only got a few months to live. But he said he would say I have about a 7% chance of having it approved during that first cycle. And then 4 to 6 months after that, then another 9% are approved. And then 6 to 9 months after that, it's a 45 to 65% approval rating. That's after 2 denials. And he said he's almost positive that I will be approved by that point. And he said it could be during one of the first 2 cycles also. But he said he doubts very much I'll ever get a third denial on it. Well, I'll definitely have to watch the first part of that live if that was the best part, because I thought after I came in a couple hours late there, that part was pretty good. Yes, Haig. Yep, they'll start opening doors. Well, he told me he didn't remember all the specifics of your case because he said he's got 250 clients at any given point, so he can't remember everyone, but he definitely does remember you. Oh, I didn't know that he had Parkinson's. Oh yeah, I was very impressed with him. Just my first impression of him was much better than the attorney that I was dealing with in New York. That, well, actually, I shouldn't even say attorney because she worked in an attorney's office. She was, can't think of what she was called. But one of the ones that works in an attorney's office but doesn't have the title as an attorney. And he was a lot more thorough than she was. He explained everything, and I was very impressed. Yeah, he didn't really give me an exact age on it. He just said the older that you are, the easier that it is to get it. Hello, Judy Jules. Good to have you here. You're Batman. He wants to come over, then he goes on camera. He's not too impressed with me. Hello, Roberta. Good to have you here. Hello, Tony. Good to have you here. Yep, I sure did. Yep. So I'm going to bring it back through that little door, though. And the thing is, when I get through the door, then I have to make a turn. It was tough. I'm going to make sure I don't have to palm that again. Plus, some have gone drawn that on my bicycle trailer, too. Well, it must be pretty fat file then. I've got a pretty good file going already. I think he spent, I bet you, 2 minutes pulling papers out. They had to be signed and stuff. Now, it really wasn't 2 minutes because he had everything organized. But it just seemed like open up drawer, pulls out this paper, close that drawer, open up the next drawer, pulls that paper out. But I was very impressed with him. I feel very confident with him. I have no doubt he's gonna make things happen. He always could be. You never know. Yes, that's it. Paralegal. That's what she was. Yeah, I sure do. That's why they can't do an MRI of my whole back. They can only do my lower back because I've got plates and screws from T11 to L1. And for any of you who don't know, L1 is top vertebrae in your lower back. Hello, Roy. Good to have you here. Yeah, Batman there that I just picked up a minute ago. That's the one that you guys think looks like Bob. He looks kind of similar, but Bob's got more black on him. Yeah, probably not a guy who'll be moving that piano around all the time. I'd say that's some good advice. Hello, Mike. Good to have you here. Oh, yes, you got that right, Jody. Pianos are way too big and heavy to be moving around. I think you need to add something in there, Mike. When I was young, I think you should put in when I was young and stupid. Yeah, it's just crazy to carry something like that up to a third floor apartment. Yeah, that would be quite a story. That's not good. I would never have taken to the third floor to start with. Okay, I'll be right back with a little surprise. You'd want my Easter eggers. In the feather in a little bit. They were hacked on Tuesday. No, you don't have to worry about that, dog man. Okay, I'm gonna get her back there. Hello, Wanda. Good to have you here. Yep, got my chicks, Judy. Yeah, I know it is, Mike. But I want to get these chicks because it takes them so long before they start laying. I didn't want to put that off much longer because I'm at this point here. It's still going to be getting late in the season before I can start hatching any chicks next year. And if I waited much longer, I'd miss next year altogether. There's nothing finalized yet, J and B. We're still at the same point that we were before. Yeah, but I'm not planning on having 350 chickens by the time I move. Because right now, I've got 23. I've got Earl and 4 hens, and then I've got the 3 chicks, which I believe is 2 pullets and a cockerel. Um, they are about 8 or 9 weeks, 10 weeks, something like that. No, I don't think they're 10 weeks yet, but they're between 2 and 2.5 months old, somewhere in there. I have to figure out exactly when they were hatched. And then I've got 15 babies. Yeah, I'm just hoping that things work good for selling the chicks. I won't be going any bigger than this for a while. Yeah, I didn't have any trouble ordering them. And that's why I waited until last week to do it instead of the week before. Because week before it was a little on the warm side. But as it was last week, they weren't in transit at any temperature more than low 80s. Because they ship them out in the evening, and then they spent Tuesday night in North Houston. So I'm sure they were in an air conditioned warehouse there. And then Wednesday night, they continued on to Little Rock. And then in the morning, they brought them from Little Rock to Gravely. So, so that worked out pretty good. I will never try to order any grown chicks because there's no way I'm gonna pay the price they want for a hen, even though I'm sure it's worth that amount. I'm not questioning that. And then pay 4 times more than you're paying for the hen for shipping. I did check into that one time just for the heck of it. And it was going to be, I think it was, and this is back before the last postal rate increase. It was going to be like $75 to get a pullet almost ready to start laying. I don't think so. Like these guys here, I got most of them on sale. They were extras they had at the hatchery, and they had them on sale for $2.50 a piece. The Buff Orpingtons were $4.46 because they weren't on sale. They were full price. And then by the time you added the $15 handling charge on there, the total for the order came to $60 even for 15 chicks. So I paid $4 a piece for them. Total cost. I never, but there's not many places that even sell full-grown roosters. But I never checked into that. And there's not many places do the order pullets either. There's very few. Yeah, I hope I didn't miss any comments here. Oh, yeah, here's one I missed. So, Judy, someone filled one of your incubators with olive eggers, and you had an idea. So you're just going to blame Tony? Yeah. You may be blaming him, but I bet you know who did it. That's another thing I need to do. I need to get some more incubators, too, before next year. All I have at this point, one small one. Oh, I didn't know that. That's how some places do it. Put a tomato in there. But I have actually kind of wondered about that. So you're not going to take the blame on that, Tony? Don't blame you. Hello, back to good. Good to have you here. I didn't have to teach these chicks how to eat and drink. As soon as I put them in the brooder, they just went right over and found the water on their own. And shortly after that, they started investigating the food. And then they started pecking away at that. Hello, Frank. Good to have you here. I never got my cheat sheet done. Just luckily I can remember the names of most of the people I see all the time. You don't have any food, Mike. When Jeff was there last night, he ate it all on you. And what he didn't eat, he took home with him. Why do you think he visited you? He was doing his grocery shopping. Hello, the chicken. Good to have you here. if I got my laptop, I try to tag people with their channel name on that for two reasons. It's easier than typing their name out, and also then it's highlighted, so it's easier for the person to see that someone said hi to them. But when I was on my phone for quite a while, my laptop wasn't working. Then I had to type everyone's name out, and it was kind of a pain because it was easier to type their name out since you got to type the whole thing. It's easier to type the name out than was their channel name in most cases. Mike, I think we need to have Jeff here sometime and we can debate this out. You're saying he's a bad influence on you? I think you're the bad influence on him. I wish you could do tags from a phone. I've been trying to get so I can start doing editing from my laptop, see how that goes, even though I don't have a lot of confidence in it because this laptop is junk. But I think I'm going to have to continue doing my editing on my own. So you think if I living like a jerk, it makes you an angel? Interesting. Hello, Sherry. It's good to have you here. Well, I am happier here, that's for sure. Yeah, that chick on the Easter eggers. There you go, Judy. You tell Mike the way it is. And the only reason he's talking crap about Jeff right now because he knows Jeff's busy and he's not watching. Interesting, Roberta. Yeah, I've never really been into reptiles. And maybe I'll have to try DaVinci Resolve. I think I tried the version of DaVinci that you use on a phone. I think that was the one I tried and I didn't like it at all. Hello, Tony. Good to have you here. Well, if he's napping, he's busy. I haven't got my license renewed yet, so I can't do the verification yet. So the monetization's still on hold. I had a few days weather delay on that. I was gonna mail it out last Saturday because we were well over 100 degrees all of last week. That ended last Saturday. But anyways, set my alarm Saturday morning, make sure I could get up and get to the post office before it got hot. I thought I was snoozing my alarm and ended up shutting it off. And by the time I woke up, it was 85 degrees and you could almost see the temperature going up or going up so fast. So didn't go on Saturday. Knew Monday was going to be a little cooler. Figured go Monday. Then we were getting thunderstorms on Monday. I think Monday and Tuesday both. I figured, well, I have to go to the post office on Wednesday to pick up my check, so I'll just wait till Wednesday. And then also I had a backup plan in place in case it was raining or getting thunderstorms or something on Wednesday. Well, it was raining, but the checks ended up not coming in until Thursday. So Thursday I finally got that mailed out. So they'll get that most likely tomorrow. So by the middle of the week, if they act as quick on it as they did the last time, by mid to late week, it should be renewed, and they'll say come up with another reason why they can't renew it. And then I guess have to wait for it to get mailed back here. No, I checked into that back to good. That is no good for Google AdSense. That's only for the verification for YouTube. Because I've already done that verification. I actually did it with my history. The verification for Google AdSense has to be done with an ID. And then once I get that done, then they have to verify my address, which consists of mailing me a pen, and then I have to pin it in so that I actually did receive it in the mail, so I get the right address, and then that be taken care of. Hopefully not too long. Hello, Kevin. Good to have you here. There's only one problem with Jeff's ID. It's got Jeff's name on it, not my name. So I'm hoping I can get all that taken care of fairly quick. Because I'm not making any money while my monetization's on hold. And then I've got $160 some just sitting there waiting until verification's done. So you don't think they'll notice if you doctor it up with a crayon? I kind of think they might. Yep. You got it, Haig. Dogman lost it again. Yeah, that's quite a drive. Got a point there, Dogman. Can't lose what you never found. And speaking of making money, I still had these cups that no, it's not showing up too well here. I don't know how well you can see it. But I still have these cups that I can make up for and sell them for $5 a piece plus shipping. I'm not sure what shipping is. If anyone's interested, I can find out how much shipping's going to be before you make a commitment to it. So just let me know if anyone's interested in them. It's I believe it's an 11-ounce cup, 11 or 12-ounce cup. Well, $10 ship a mug. Yeah, that's a lot to ship a $5 mug. I'll tell you what, Mike, as soon as the hold off my monetization, then you can super chat me that $500. And I've got written proof that you said you were going to super chat me $500. Well, I'm not disputing what you said, Frank. I hope I didn't make it sound like that. But I'm just saying that's ridiculous shipping. Yeah, I got 1 pound bag of Rub Terra that I won from T Ham 141 Homestead. It cost him $17.10 to ship me that 1 pound bag. So I guess it's not even worth shipping mugs for that. Oh, postal rates have gotten ridiculous. I remember when it was 13 cents to mail a letter. And I think it was 10 cents for a postcard. I don't know what postcards are now, but a letter is 66 cents now. Yeah, I'm sure fuel prices do have a lot to do with it, but I think things started going crazy even before the fuel prices did. Oh, yeah. I know the fuel prices in the United States are a lot lower than Canada, some of the European countries. $1.86 a liter, so you're talking between $7 and $8 a gallon there. Yeah, that's right. They'll never lower the rates. And so, without figuring it out right to the cent, our gas is basically half the price that it is in Canada. Now I have to get a hold of someone around the area where I used to live in New York, just so I got a good comparison of what it was then and what it is now. When I left there, it was right around 3.59 a gallon. And I get wondering what that is, because it varies a lot throughout the state. I get wondering right in that same area what it is now. Now, 3.79 near Syracuse, and that is always cheaper than Parrish. I bet you it's over $4 in Parrish. Bud Light's never been one of my favorite drinks. If you offer me one, I'll take it. But if I'm going to the store to buy it, that's not what I'm buying. Let's see what the weather is. It's probably going to say it's 97. But I'm reading 95. 96. Means the humidity went back down today. That's been bad for the last week. Well, my drugs are the ones that's prescribed to me. That's not many. The only one I'm taking right now is gabapentin. And that does help me. So when I run out of it, I sure notice a difference. Yeah, you should have saw some of the people that used to come in the store when I was working there. They wouldn't even know where they were. Yeah, I drink tea. That's what's in here, iced tea. I start my life prepared. Cup of coffee sitting in front of me and mug full of iced tea sitting on the floor. I'll have to try that, Tony. 'Cause I've been known to doctor tea up a little bit. I never put moonshine in it, though. Yep, Long Island iced tea is pretty good. I'd be lying if I said I only drink 2 coffees a day. I drink a lot of coffee. In fact, I keep it kind of chilly in here just so I can drink more coffee. Because I can't drink hot drinks if I'm too hot. So I have to keep kind of chilly in here so I can drink more coffee. But what do you want me to keep the key? So if I set it up here, then it's going to get knocked off. And that wouldn't be good. I have had some different flavored teas. But I usually end up going back to regular tea. Oh, if I didn't have the air conditioner in here and have it down in the low 70s, I wouldn't be drinking coffee either. Well, that's good. Make your own, and you got control over what you're putting into it. What are you guys doing? I think Dixie wants coffee. She just knocked the creamer and the jar of coffee off from the shelf. I'm not real big on iced coffee. Once in a while. I bet you found out in a hurry that that wasn't water, didn't you, Wanda? Okay, Roberta. Thanks for being here. You gotta be careful putting stuff in a jug like that. I'll tell you one thing that I did do with my coffee when I didn't have any electricity. is I just take room temperature water and put some instant coffee and sugar in it. Couldn't put creamer in because the creamer wouldn't dissolve. But then at least with the coffee and sugar in it, at least I could have a cup of coffee. Yeah, I'm only supposed to be drinking 1 or 2 cups a day. Doctor put to me this way. I'm not going to tell you not to drink coffee, but try to limit it to 1 or 2 cups a day. And I specifically remember him saying, try to limit it to 1 to 2 cups a day. So I try. Yeah, this summer, I'm drinking instead. But when the weather cools off and I really start drinking more coffee, I'll be making it by the pot again. Because I have a nice percolator that a subscriber bought for me last fall. I love that thing. And the falls get so chilly in New York that you need to be drinking coffee if you're gonna sit outside the picnic table all day. And that's what I did last year. So I'd make a pot of coffee and just sit up there and drink my coffee. There you go, Tony. That's what you need to do. 3 cups at home. Take a cup with you to drink on the way to work, and start drinking coffee when you get to work. Yeah, you're a hot tea too, but nowhere near as much coffee and iced tea. Coffee and iced tea are definitely my two big drinks. Yep, I know what you mean there, Mike. The funny thing is about me, I don't know what it is about coffee, but if I'm drinking coffee, I have to keep stopping. But when I'm drinking iced tea, I don't. Yeah, at one point, I wasn't putting sugar in my iced tea. Then actually, my mother got me back into drinking it with sugar again because that's the only way she would drink it. And then I never stopped it after that. Yeah, it sounds like you get a good plan there, Rhonda. The only peach tea I've had is the, well, I can't remember what brand it was I had, but one of the sweetened teas that you buy in the store that's got peach flavor in it. I make my own tea, Mike. I make a gallon of it every day or day and a half. Yeah, there's so much stuff that they don't allow to cross the border. Yeah, I usually just buy cheapest coffee. Little food forest permaculture. Good to have you here. Nope, I don't see any cats on the sofa. I I was buying just regular tea bags, but then it was getting very hard to get tea bags a couple months ago, month ago maybe it was. So I ended up getting some iced tea bags, and I like them better. So I actually take two of these cups and put the water in the microwave, warm it up, and put a tea bag in each cup. And then I add a few spoonfuls of sugar to each one, and then pour that into a gallon of water. Well, a little less than a gallon of water. So I'm making a gallon. That's interesting, Wanda. That's good. You lost 17 pounds just by eating healthier. I don't think I've ever had okra. I'm sure I will someday. But I think that's more a southern thing. So I think that's why I never had it in New York before. Okay, the chicken. Yeah, that's one thing Jeff would tell me when I was talking to him on Friday. He said he's already had his water put in. He had to go to the water department and make arrangements for that. Yeah, that's true of a lot of stuff. Like it's depends on how you cook it. Yeah, my notifications are so sporadic. Sometimes I'll get notifications from channels I don't even remember subscribing to. What they're saying I'm subscribed to, I'll get notifications from them, but then I don't get notifications from the channels I watch all the time. Kind of irritating. I had a real nice air fryer that wasn't able to bring with me. I miss that thing. You could air fry, dehydrate, bake, warm, whatever you want to do with it. Toast. Had a bunch of different things you could do with it. Yeah, a lot of weird stuff going on there, Mk. That is disgusting, Mike. The chocolate covered okra might be okay, but then dip it in ketchup. I got to go through my seeds and see what I'm going to plant next year. Because I'll probably get some more seeds between now and then. I don't think I've ever had chocolate covered potato chips. Like chocolate covered pretzels. Those are good. Yeah, Wanda, there was so much weird stuff going on. You can eat chocolate on just about anything. That's definitely a good food. I love chocolate. The caramel covered sounds good also. Well, I talked about the coffee mugs. If anyone is interested and wants me to ship you one, I'll do it, but it's going to be expensive. And the other thing is if anyone wants any barnyard mixed chicks, just let me know. I can hatch them out in 3 weeks. Well, it'll take me a few days to collect the eggs. But the only thing with them is it would have to be someone local. But if there is anyone close by here that wants any barnyard mixed chicks, just let me know. And then by this time next year, then I'll be selling the purebred chicks. Um, I'm not exactly sure on the egg price. Remind me the next time you're in one of my lives, or leave a comment on one of my videos or something, and I'll let you know. Some I'm not really sure. I have to do some research on that. Where'd it go? You know? Thought I saw a flea crawling up Dino's leg. No, I don't see it. Yeah, I'm still learning all this stuff too, Mike. Like, I had a lot of questions about chickens and wanted to discuss stuff about them. So I was so glad ran into Jeff on Friday and could sit there and talk to him for. I bet you I talked to him for an hour. And he was able to answer some of my questions. And especially, I don't know about other places, but here we're supposed to have a couple days in the 80s and then back in the 90s again. But they're not predicting anything over 100, so that's one good thing. Well, those that aren't family will be family. Yeah, I'm just kind of curious how the winter's going to be. I know it's definitely going to be the mildest winter that I've ever experienced. Yeah, that's a lot of cousins, Wanda. Yeah, I don't like the ice. But I guess we got to have something bad. I have no idea how many cousins I have. Absolutely no idea at all. I'm sure it's quite a few. That is no fun. Because the camp that I was in New York, sometimes the heater I had for most of the time was just inside the door. So, of course, the snow on the roof right up above that would melt from the heat, and then it would run down the side of the door. Normally, not a big deal. Well, if it got down below zero, then it would start freezing as it was running down the side of the camper. And that froze shut on me a few times. So I just have to start kicking the door. And eventually I was able to break it loose. So then what I started doing after that, if it was going to get cold, I would try to get as much snow shoveled off the roof as I could. And that would help. With no snow up there, then it could not run down. And then I'd make sure every few hours I opened the door. Yeah, I used to go on Ancestry quite a bit. And then started not being able to find the information I was looking for. And I haven't been on there in years. Yeah, that's good, Wanda. You got to be stocked up with emergency supplies. Here, Dino. Yeah, there's a lot investigating generators. So you think that makes you famous now, don't you, dog man? I haven't done any research into my family history in years. Yeah, it sucks when you lose a lot of meat like that. But anyone have any questions for me? Yeah, Generic is the very well-known name. Yeah, that dog man, your DNA probably would come back to the German Shepherd. Yeah, that'd be perfect, Wanda. I bet it's kind of pricey, but if your power goes out for an extended period of time, it'd be worth it. Never heard of FamilySearch.org. Yeah, I have a review to do on a motion activated solar light. They sent me an email wanting to know if I wanted to do a review on one of the products. They told me I could pick any one of their products. And they have floodlight, spotlights, um, string lights, fairy lights, all different kinds of lights. But this floodlight that I chose was the only solar powered one. I wanted a solar powered one, so I told them that I'd do that. And they shipped it out to me. I got it one day last week, but I haven't had a chance to get it installed and do the review on it and stuff. Yeah, e-bike would be nice, but I don't stand a chance of getting one. There's only been twice that I've ever been contacted to do a review on anything. And the first time, I think it was a scam. I I had some serious concerns over that email, so I just ignored it. Of course, Mama V got one. What is she, like a 500,000 subscribers now? 25,000 last I knew. No, I haven't contacted any e-bike companies. Because I don't think any of them are going to send me one. My channel's too small. I think I've got 1,057 subscribers or something like that. So they're not sending me one. So I'm sure you accepted that view of the thong, didn't you, dog man? Yeah, I'm right, Judy. Mama V is big time now. She grew in a hurry. I'm not so sure about an e-trike. Because I had a regular, just a pedal tricycle, and I couldn't control it. And then I was reading afterwards that they're very hard to control. Once you get used to a bicycle, it's very difficult to get used to a tricycle. Because I actually went down over a bank and rolled it. Luckily, there was some snow on the ground, so it cushioned me a little bit. Yep, that's right. One lucky video. Just like that video that Gillum Farms put out on going to the auction. Last I knew, he had 47,000 views on it. I'm not so sure if washing the camp is going to work for me. I actually was going to do that, but I don't know if it's going to work. You're crazy, Mike. I've got some filming done, and I got some ideas on some videos. I just gotta get everything to come together, and I'm hoping maybe I can put out a few decent videos coming up. Hello, Marianne. Good to have you here. I'll be right back, everyone. I'm back. Back. I'm just going to try to type a message in there. This Wi-Fi sucks here. So hopefully it stays now. I guess I'm going to have to start doing my lives outside again. Yeah, I think I need to hit the moonshine jug now. There you go, Judy. They say that's all it takes is if you have the right name. Nope, actually, I didn't poop. Well, thank you. Hopefully, I am back for a while. Yeah, you got it. Technical difficulties. Yeah, I think Brett went back to his home planet last night. I haven't seen him all day today. Because the spaceship lands out here quite often, and little green guys go visit with them. And I think they took him back last night. Because I normally see him at least once or twice a day walking through the yard. Sometimes more often than that, but I haven't seen him at all today, so I'm wondering. Yeah, actually, when I was gone the first time there, I threw some cup of water in the microwave, making our cup of coffee. I'm not even gonna shut off my cam when I go finish that up. Now, I don't think Deborah killed him. I think he went back to his home planet. I'm gonna finish up that cup of coffee. I'll be right back. I see the doors open over there, but I can't see who opened the door. Because whoever it was just letting the dogs out. I'll be right back. I'm leaving the camera go on this time. Daisy. Okay, I'm back. Hey, Oreo. Dogman said he wishes he could scare you. It didn't faze him one bit. Oh, sorry about that, Marianne. I went to finish up my cup of coffee. Yeah, the first time when I lost signal when I came back, I I went to the bathroom and started a cup of coffee. Then I just had to go back and finish the coffee up. Well, I don't see a giant rolled up carpet over there. I don't think that's it. My cats aren't afraid of you, Mike. The internet's good here, but it's just I'm so far from the router. Yeah, the internet's good here, but I'm so far from the router that I'm right on the borderline. That's why I keep losing it. I don't know what's going on there. Marianne saying she can't hear me, but others are saying they can hear me. So I'm assuming that is on her end, but I'm not sure. Yeah, or just when I tried to turn the camera and turn the microphone back on, that I lost signal. Okay, Mike, you have a good night. Yeah, keep saying that, dog man. Maybe you can convince yourself that you're always innocent. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Wanda. Hey, Superman. You're Superman. He's continuing to improve. And he's feeling a lot better than he was. Okay, Mike. You would take care of Waldo. Yeah, I'm glad those dogs have him trained right. I guess like my cats had me trained. They don't get their canned food quite as often as they want it, but almost. Instead of giving them 2 cans in the morning, cans in the evening, like I was, I'm still giving them 4 cans a day, but I'm giving them 1 can 4 times a day. So I can space it out a little bit. Makes them think they're getting more because they're getting more often. But sometimes they get 5 cans a day out of me. Yeah, I saw that, Vicky. Yeah. Rooster runs that house. Mike's lucky that she lets him stay there. Okay, Wanda. Thanks for being here. Have a good night. Yeah, so I'm giving the cat 5 cans of food a day. But Dino and Fluffy are getting to the point now where they're eating more. So maybe they should be getting a little bit more. Okay, Fluffy? Coughing up a fur ball? Are you? I hate to see a cat coughing, but then they coughing a big ball of hair, so you know what it is when they do it. Dino, you're all witnesses to that. Dino was trying to jump on my laptop, so I tried to stop him. And then he ended up stepping in my coffee. Luckily, just grazed top of it. Didn't really stick his foot right in it, so didn't make too big of a mess. But anyone have any questions for me? Usually Mike can keep things going, but he's giving the dogs treats now. I'll check and see what the weather is. Maybe he doesn't want to tell me what the weather is. There it is. Temperature's going down, humidity's coming up. Well, if no one's got any questions for me, I'm about out of stuff to talk about. Here he comes. Come on, Mike. You gotta keep things going here. I'm out of stuff to talk about. Yeah, I see your brother Bobby's here. He's been here, hasn't he? You've been here for a while, haven't you, Bobby? Can you come in towards the beginning of the live? Oh, maybe not. See you saying hello now. Hello, Bobby. Good to have you here. I could have swore I said hello to you at the beginning of the live. Sorry about that. You know what, Mike? I saw a dog today on Facebook that you've got to get. The stray that someone found, and if they can't find the owner, they're looking for a good home. It'd be the perfect one for a playmate for Rooster. No, I think Rooster needs a playmate. You should check into that dog. It's a little dog. Hello, Cindy Squirrel. Good to have you here. Okay, sorry about that, Bobby. I could have swore you've been here and I said hello to you earlier. I'm sorry about that. You're probably right about that. Rooster probably doesn't want a friend. She seems to be pretty independent and She seemed like the type of dog that would not accept another dog in the house. Sometimes those little dogs like that are very protective. I used to work for a guy that had a neighbor that was going away, and I'd known that neighbor longer than I knew the guy I worked for. He'd go away for a few days, weekend, whatever, and asked me if I wanted to make a little money feeding water and his dog. And he had a dog door and an enclosure so the dog could get out and do what it needed to do outside. So that wasn't a problem. Well, I go in the house that first day, and it was a little black poodle. And the dog was pretty aggressive to start with. But they'd been around any other time, so they could call the dog off. Well, when I went in the house, when they weren't there, I was confronted at the front door. That dog would not let me go down the hallway to go out into the kitchen where the food was and the water and all that. So I ended up having to give up. Went back across the road where the guy was that I was working for, told him what's going on. Oh, I've been over their house lots of times. He said, I'll go over with you. It won't be a problem. Oh, he went over. Same thing. Dog held him right at the front door. Well, he said, I have an idea. And he had on, it was cold time of the year. It was late fall, I think it was. But I remember it was cold. He had on Carhartt coat. So he took his coat off and put his coat down in front of the dog and started pushing the dog back with his coat. And I was able to grab the food real quick, get it in the dish, and give him some water. And then we're out of there. Well, if it wasn't for him with that heavy coat, so he's able to push the dog back, I don't know what I would have done. And then he told them when they got back, he said, that wasn't anything that I did or anything because the dog went after him. Same thing. You commented about dog that's smart. Is that because Rooster barely lets Jeff in? So that's why you're saying dog is smart? Yeah, I know what you mean there. That's why I won't travel because of the cats. Yeah, I knew that's what you meant. Not because the cats won't let anyone else in here. But because I don't want to take a chance on one of the cats getting outside if someone comes in to feed them or whatever. I want to be here tending to them all the time. Chickens, I could have someone take care of them. But the cats, I want to take care of them myself and be the only one coming and going. Or if someone else is going to come or go, that I'm at the door just to make sure they're safe. I've been on here for almost 2.5 hours now. And I'm out of stuff to talk about. So I think it might be about time to end this. Hope everyone can join me for my midweek live Wednesday at 10 o'clock Central. All day Wednesday and all Wednesday evening. I'm watching lives. I don't get too much done on Wednesdays. Well, thank you for being here, everyone. I appreciate it. And have a good night, everyone. You're welcome, Judy. Thanks for being here.